Go back. Who's Bible thumping all of that? It's grand. I was like, I actually had the screen like in a tiny window, or the stream running in like a tiny thing on the other computer. It was funny. I was surprised. Like, it's one of the probably the first time I've actually seen that be used. It probably, you're lucky, man. Normally, I probably never would have noticed. You've been Bible thumping forever. Have you ever played the Talos Principle? This game is actually amazing. It's just so, the story is awesome. Somehow my kid liked it. My son was like, hey, there's that one game you played a long time ago. I want you to play that one. And that's why I'm playing it again, because he basically got me hooked back on it. Dude, it's absolutely amazing. For me, I mean, it's so atmospheric. The puzzles are really, really fun to solve. And the story itself is, really interesting. And I can't really say anything about it because it's that kind of a story, right? You just kind of want to figure it out yourself. And on the second playthrough, I think I understand a little bit more too, but it's definitely one of the more fun games. And the puzzles are absolutely, they're so much fun. Yeah, thanks, Ben. Yeah, dude, there's a VR version, man. You gotta play the VR version, dude. Like, that would be awesome. I would love to play this game in VR. Yeah. But yeah, I assume you could probably see some tearing though. That happens. Like on my screen, it tears slightly. Even with VSync, I think it tears very slight. Like, which is weird, right? You wouldn't think that it would tear with VSync, but I have no idea how they're using this. This game actually you can use Vulkan um, graphics library as like a beta or something. Like they have like a, I don't know, they say beta in the game, but so I don't know what version of Vulkan or what it means, but it does use Vulkan. It actually looks it looks like a lot softer in Vulkan. Interesting, but I don't think the stream. Oh, actually, yeah, yeah. So the stream doesn't really work as well, I think, with Vulkan. And then I was just messing around with some stuff last night, and I split out the capture card from mirroring the main monitor, and then I ran OBS on my gaming PC just to do like the full screen preview to the capture card and see if it was working well, and then I couldn't see anything for a while, and I was like, what the hell is going on? It took me like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, the Vulkan drivers are enabled. It couldn't render. Like OBS couldn't see it. Yeah, it does. Like, you can't capture Vulkan, right? Because because OBS doesn't have the libraries, so you can't capture it unless it's a direct output. Unless your capture card is being fed the direct output of it. But like, so for my case, since I have a second PC, it's just reading the direct output. But if I was streaming this, like it wouldn't be able to capture the game. Like you can't set a game you could do a window capture, I think, and see it, or maybe not even a window, maybe just a desktop capture. But you couldn't do a game capture because it doesn't have the libraries to hook into the Vulkan drivers or whatever. Yeah, same problem with Doom. Yep. As far as I can tell, the Vulkan drivers seem pretty awesome. So, like the game's a real fluid, and I don't know, it just seems really. Yeah, especially with Doom, man. Vulkan was much better. So I can play the game with Doom. Sorry, with Vulkan. Actually, I can change it. I think it doesn't. Like, I think the FPS goes down when I change it, right? But I can change it now because I'm simply capturing the output. But here, I'm just gonna change it, and you tell me what you think. Also, I don't know what the beta means. Vulkan drivers are beta, or the compatibility they're trying to claim is beta. Definitely the compatibility in some layer, because I think the game crashed on me at some point. Might want to graphics. So, like on my monitor, it looks better. Like things look a little softer and just kind of blended a little bit better. But I don't know what it looks like on the stream. Yeah, it probably doesn't mean anything on the stream anyway, because I'm downscaling to 720 for bitrate reasons. If Twitch would ever just give me, you know, unlimited bitrate, then I don't see why they wouldn't. At this point, they should have enough bandwidth, right? They should just give me unlimited upload rate, and then I could do whatever. Need another light emitter. Actually, it doesn't look too terrible. Like in terms of motion. Actually, yeah. Looks about the same, I guess. Yeah, same tearing, right? Yeah, if like the tearing's definitely an issue with you know what's weird is I can like I was just for fun I was playing with it, and I was capping my FPS to 60 last night, and it didn't change the tearing. So I don't know why the capture card would be tearing if it was locked at 60, because I'm pretty sure I don't like I mean I have VSync enabled as well, which is less of an issue. Well, I guess I don't know actually what rate like VSync would be. If I actually maybe I should turn VSync off if I'm capping at 60 frames, because the VSync might force a lower frame rate, right? But a lower frame rate would be fine, I think. I don't think the capture card would have an issue with a lower frame rate. It would just be if it was higher. It could be the mirroring. That could be part of it. Like I said, in order for me to actually get my own like over 60 frames on my main screen, I actually have to force full screen, because it does something. There's something weird, right? Like with Windows, it changed since Windows 10. Like Windows 8, it was fine where you could actually keep a separate device running at a separate frame rate, and it wouldn't do anything, even if you were mirroring, I think. But after Windows 10, like they changed something in the hardware layer. Like, well, sorry, the hardware driver layer, I think. Oh, sweet. My actual work job finished. Only took like 4 hours. And I needed to be like 10 minutes. Right, well, I think that's enough work for today. Now I can focus on beer and Talos. Oh. Oh shoot, hold on, let me open my laptop. It's so hard. I need like 3 PCs just to stream because everything's messed up. I gotta... Have you tried the... So you said you were using Restream, right? They made like a new chat, like a web-based chat browser. Web-based chat tool? I don't know. Oh yeah, I need beer too. The goal is to drink as much beer as possible without passing out within 24 hours. So it's gonna be like beer and coffee, I guess. I can't see their chat now and Restream. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, I see your thing now. Did you use the actual like old client, like the old client that you downloaded, or the web-based one? Pull that one. There's a box. I do this box. You shoot this box. Oh, I need a light emitter. What? Oh, the web-based one. Yeah, you could get on. Actually, I'm not in, but let me know if you do get in. Then we could talk. But it would be weird watching me play and be on a delay. I mean, not really, but we would be talking and you would be seeing the stream at a delay and talking in real time. Can your brain handle voice in real time and a visual delay? So if you actually try to download it, like, they use some really shitty old, damn, what was that Windows library? God. Like MFC or something. And they built out their web, their chat tool on top of that. But I think it's still better than, the browser one. Hey man, can you hear me?
Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm not listening to you anymore. Hold on one second.
What?
What do I got to do here?
How are you not listening to me? My stream sees this.
Why do I have no audio? God damn it. I'm confused. I think my max settings are goofy. Let's just do this.
How am I supposed to get this thing? Can you hear me or not? Oh, okay, this is how I get it.
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Are you sure?
The truth will not
Yes.
reveal itself. Perhaps it is best
And
to
I
seek
muted
it
your
in
stream so I can just watch it and talk to you.
Oh, but then you don't get to hear Elohim. So there's
Sorry.
you know, so this game is very like, it's philosophical. It's like like very, very highly philosophical. It's made by Crow Team too. Oh yeah. So there's some good shit in the game. I think you would like it.
I will check it out at some point. Maybe I'll play it during Extra Life when I get tired or something.
Yeah, it might be a fun thing to play, honestly.
So anyways, with Restream's chat, I was the weird problem I had with it was it worked with YouTube and Twitch, but although Facebook is an option, it's just grayed out, and I can't figure out how to make it not be grayed out. And since most people are going to be chatting with me on Facebook, I figured that would be an important part. But here's the weird thing: if I use the Streamlabs chat plugin, I guess it's I don't even remember how I have this set up, but I have a chat window that's built into my stream through Streamlabs that's using Restream because that's what I'm logged into Streamlabs with. It has all 3 chats on that. Like I can see the input from all 3 chats. I just can't chat back out with people, and I figure I'll probably be talking mostly anyways. So that was my plan. Well, I basically just took the same feed that's going to my stream, and I have a web window open so I can just watch it live and not have to have the whole stream like up to see what people are saying.
Yeah, so they have 2 things, right? One is a web embed module, and that one you can just like load into OBS, right? And then they actually have like a web page, which is what I'm looking at, like on my MacBook.
The one that you can type in.
Yes, but also they have it's a quote unquote native client. The library that they use is like some old janky ass Windows like MFC library or something like that. But like there is actually a more native app that you can set opacity and like always on top. And I was actually using that for like I was doing some coding streams, and I was using that just to like lay on top of all of the like windows that I had open, because the only way to interact with, like, you can set it to like interact via you have to control click, so you can just click straight through. But so there are actually 3 ways that you can mess with it. But for streaming, like for what you're saying, it's probably better for like an embedded, like the embedded web thing that you load in through
Streamlabs.
Yeah, Streamlabs.
Like, I was actually really surprised Streamlabs has like a plugin that works with Restream. Like it's automatic, and it got like I tested and got chat coming in from all 3 sources correctly. That I couldn't believe that actually worked.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Maya.
Yeah, you're on a. She was. You're on a delay. Yeah, she got.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I don't know what she was doing. I know she was behind me. I was getting a little suspicious, but.
It's funny. I had some work to do, and I was like building a new feature. And as soon as I like stopped talking to you, I focused on it. And you know how nice it is when like things that you've written in the past like mesh so well that like to add something really complex takes like 5 lines of code.
Yeah.
I basically had that situation. So a feature that I'm slated to work on for several days, I was able to finish in like 20 minutes.
That's nice. So everything's Objective-C still?
For me, I mean, I could write stuff in Swift if I choose to, but I actually prefer Objective-C still.
Well, it's better. The 2 things are better at different things, right?
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of nice shortcuts in Swift, but I like to be verbose.
Yeah, no shit, man. I can tell. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah, you remember.
No, I know what you mean though. Like, it's funny because Objective-C is extremely verbose, right? The way that you define things and like function names and whatever. Like, it's all set up to be like extremely clear. Whereas like a lot of other languages are basically just using shorthand for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and one thing that drives me up the friggin' wall, like I've been trying to do some React Native. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know what native is.
Well, so React is, this JavaScript.
Yeah, I know React. I don't know what native is.
Right. So they basically took the same principles and applied them to like something where you can write in JavaScript and have it run on both Apple and Android platforms through like a third-party layer. And it's all well and good. Like, it's nice to be able to write something that works on both platforms, but JavaScript is like the most ridiculous programming language that I can't believe it still exists. It's so terrible to write stuff in JavaScript. There are 1,000 ways to do everything.
JavaScript is like, you can't say that on the stream, dude. Somebody's gonna come to your door and murder you. JavaScript's like the most loved language at this point, and I don't have no fucking clue why either. But
it's so bad.
It's literally just, JavaScript is basically just like ECMAScript 3.0, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's just the standard scripting language, but the reason why everyone loves it is because it's semi-functional, and everyone thought they were like some kind of super genius to be like able to write like asynchronous functional like code in the middle of their JavaScript.
Yeah.
Which is like what like React and Angular and all that shit are about, right? Is running asynchronous stuff. I don't know about the functional portion of it, but it satisfies all of the boxes for modern I love this language, right? Functional, asynchronous, object-oriented.
Yeah, the things that people like about it, I hate about it. I'll just leave it at that, basically.
Hey, I know exactly what you mean. Like I don't really like JavaScript at all. Like I actually am okay with Scala, which is pure functional. It's functional. Oh, look. It's functional and like it's object-oriented functional language, right? So it's kind of interesting. But Scala is kind of cool because at least it's just functional. But JavaScript just seems like I don't know. I'm using Python now, and Python just seems like everyone tried to make everything in every angle of every fucking programming paradigm work together.
Yep. I mean, it's the same. I have the same problem with Python that I do with JavaScript. There's literally 10 different ways to do any given action, and everybody has their own preference. So if you're working with more than one person in a code base, it's just a mess. Like, it's awful.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I definitely like. I don't see the point in like letting people do whatever they want when you're working together as a team. I prefer strongly like a strongly typed languages that are very strict, because then people conform to the same patterns, and if the patterns themselves are not less efficient in function, then I don't see the point in just being like, oh, but I want to write it my way, and it's like, dude, fuck your way, man. Like,
yep.
But what's funny is like I think we're both talking from the angle of being managers, right? Like or leads or whatever, right?
That's part of it. And the other thing, I feel this more and more as I like get older, is like I'm like a crotchety old programmer now. Like I'm set in my ways, and my ways are better than everybody else's.
Yeah, I can see when that can happen, but I don't feel like I'm like that though. Like I don't feel like I think my ways are better. Like I actually don't care. I've given up a lot of that portion, and for me it's just like if you want to do it your way, then we'll fucking do it your way. That's fine. I don't care. But let's all not fucking screw the pooch, right? Like we'll all do it together, right? Like I don't like we're not just conforming to. Oh, I had solved it the whole time. All I had to do was shoot that box over. And like I was so yeah, I mean it's more along the lines of just getting something done. So when I was younger, I wanted to be functionally correct. I wanted to be like efficient in this each line of code, like all that stuff. Now it's about like making a project like happen.
Yeah.
But it's good to be like it's good to be pedantic, right? Just not like contrarian or conflict oriented, right? But it's good to be pedantic when you're a coder. You take care of a lot of the stuff. Yeah, I do too, right?
I think a lot of newer programmers, I mean, the languages lend themselves to like, I guess I would say form over function, where like, look at all the crazy stuff I can do in one line of code. I'm like, yeah, that's great, but what happens when you need to change that line of code?
Right.
Like, write it in 5 lines and everything is clear and it's easy to modify and understand, and you don't need as many comments, and
So for me, the funny thing about that is that like debuggers don't work well with that. What the heck is that called?
Yeah.
Like the chaining, right? Like so
Inline,
you make so inline or chaining, right? Like so you make a singleton pattern, and then I guess it doesn't have to be a singleton pattern, but basically you work around the methodology that every function returns the object, right? And then you just chain out commands, right? And it's like, oh look, I wrote five functions in a single line. It's like, okay, but like let me see your stack, like try to debug that with a stack trace, right? Like it's like good luck with that. And the
Yep.
funny thing is, like, like all the people that do that, I think, come from a different like they didn't have to debug that level of code. Like when we were debugging game engines, right? Like it, you don't have to do that. Like they would just put in a print line or something, you know?
I think that's true. Like, I mean, it's just a lot of people have never had to write anything like C or C++. And, you know, when all you've ever known is like Ruby and Python,
Oh
your
my
world
god,
is very
Ruby.
different.
Dude, you should have seen some of my streams. Oh, dude, I totally forgot to start up my chatbot. I have like a chatbot. Not really a chatbot. It's a oops, sorry.
Whoa.
Was that loud?
It sounded like a spring.
It was a spring. I was moving the clamshell of my laptop and I actually scraped against the spring of the mic arm.
Ah, nice.
So
yeah.
yeah, but I was running some stuff.
I just wanted to see if that sounded the same to you.
That sounded like a big like boom. Like it was weird. It was like very faintly in the background. It wasn't like really loud. And for a second I couldn't even tell if I really heard it.
I guess my shock absorber is doing its job then.
I have a shock absorber as well. I don't think it was the shock though that with mine because it was like a zring, like right next to the.
Oh yeah, okay. I get it.
Yeah. That sounds like you're actually trying to play the bass guitar. So I built this thing, right? Like
oh, you
the
actually
stupid
wrote
stuff.
your own chatbot.
It's not a chat bot, okay? Like let's get this straight. Like it's terrible. It's more like a retarded stepchild, okay? That I let play around. But I had this idea. So I actually had a couple streams where I took this nettop that I wasn't using and just installed Ubuntu from like soup to nuts basically because I have the capture card. So you could like I was streaming the BIOS settings and all that stuff. It was kind of funny. So you know I just after that point I didn't really know what I was gonna do. And so I just started like messing with the Twitch APIs and I made this thing that started like I made a couple things. Actually, I made this like I made this script. Oh shoot! I made
Why
this.
does your screen keep flashing like that? I mean, I know I'm like 30 seconds behind, but I'm just. Is that like when you tap complete?
You're talking about the putty terminal?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I took off the like I don't like the ding. It's a putty thing. What do you call it? It instead of making the ding because you know you an error or you couldn't do that or whatever. Like it makes it's a visual. It's called Visual Bell. That's what it is.
Okay.
Gotcha. So okay, like there was this thing. What is this stuff?
Did you turn your chatbot on? Because I want to talk to it.
Oh, it's not a chat bot. Like you can't talk to it. Like I did write some side scripts. I don't know if they're in this iteration, but it's like you can ask it for Bitcoin prices because the Bitcoin API is like super easy. So what I was doing originally was so I was going through and scraping out the metadata for Twitch users that I need. So the API allows you to get the emote URLs out of a Twitch user's profile basically. And then I was just grabbing the URL and running it through an ASCII library. So like I was making these like images out of these like pro streamers things. This one's terrible. It looks so bad. Like I colorized that one.
Webcam.
Like this one's awesome. Linsky has this like sloth like thing. But so anyway, these are actually screenshots of the text, right? Which is why it doesn't look so correct. But they're colorized. So then after that, I just started messing with this stuff. But there is like I was going for more data oriented. I don't know. I was going to do data analytics somehow. Right? I actually there is a natural language processing library called Spacey that you can hook. It's Python based that you can hook in, and I can actually run the bot and do that. He'll he won't really respond properly. Like all he does is just try to list out entities in someone's statement. So and for every message that gets sent, he tries to list out entities if he can figure them out. But he is pretty like retarded. And he's untrained. And I don't know if you've ever looked at natural language processing, but it's super complicated. Even with the library being built, like I just haven't spent that much time.
Whoa, that was weird. Your audio just cut out for a second. It's probably Discord being stupid.
Oh, maybe.
You're back now.
Okay, cool. So this portion of the bot, they're actually different scripts, right? And he actually has his own Twitch account. And what he does is he takes messages, and actually, he'll print it out like in the terminal. So if you type something, it'll show up here. Yeah, dude. Unfortunately, again, your audio is real time, and then your video is not, right? So this bit right here, like, is the bot like logged into IRC. So Twitch uses some modified version of IRC for their chats. And you can actually just use like some IRC client and connect in, right? And then there's this other one that this guy, I think he should be running, and I think he.
Damn it! I think I lost you again.
Oh yeah, he failed. No, sorry, I stopped talking. So I have to actually, I changed my OAuth stuff.
I hope you're not showing your private key.
Yeah, I had like a few times, which is why I disconnected, and which is why it actually doesn't work right now, for this particular one.
This is the worst part about using a capture device, is it's so easy to accidentally display stuff you're not intending to in your stream.
Yeah, so you can see the bot just like he logs in and he grabs like a bunch of crap from the login messages because I didn't clean it up, and he just like spits it out, right? So cardinal is obviously like a cardinal value, right? So numbers are cardinal. That's actually what he's saying. And so if you say something, like if you type like a name and it has to be like properly capitalized, like he'll tell you that he thinks it's a person or whatever, or an organization. No, he can't make sense out of that one. But okay, so but then this one that I'm looking at, this portion of it actually captures the messages, and I was just messing around with AWS, and it forwards it to an Elasticsearch service that I use. So actually, if you look at this is a Kibana like front end that sits on Elasticsearch. That like you can see, this is like the message that you just sent pretty recently, and I was capturing this for like analytical like possible analytical purposes. I didn't really have a goal, right? I was just messing with Twitch API and AWS and stuff like that. And I was gonna try to Dockerize the bot and like put it in some kind of ECS container and then have it run. But it was a way for me to kind of find an interesting use case and not be bored with like learning some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, everything Docker and AWS is fun to goof around with. I haven't done anything personally, but that's part of what our server developers do. Like,
the technology is absolutely amazing. Like I don't know who figured that shit. Like the people that figured that shit out are like it's pretty hardcore, man. So like Docker itself is just a way to abstract like an entire functioning layer of something, right? Like some portion of a logical unit of a program. So that's where the microservices bit come from, right? Like if you had like a web-based listener, you could just Dockerize that and make it a container, and then you would tie it together overall, like in some kind of a service, right? So you would chain or bucket like tasks themselves, and then each individual one would, if you set it up properly, is like auto scaling. So like if your web-based listener was the bottleneck, then the system would see that and it would auto scale the listener and like let the other microservices just run. So it's a whole bunch of weird bullshit, man. It's very different than what we were making in video games. It's funny because it's really funny to me because every time I look at a problem, every time I look at a problem that I don't have any experience in, I'm like, man, I'm an absolute moron. I have no idea what these guys are doing, and they're geniuses.
No matter what the field.
Yeah, and it's just funny how specific everything kind of has gotten.
I mean, the only thing that separates these people from you is the time, they spent focusing on one tiny little problem.
Right. In general, yeah. I mean, but it's like let's just talk about VMs in general, right? I mean, what is a hypervisor? How do you implement one, right? I mean,
yeah,
that kind of stuff. And then basically AWS is built on scaling hypervisors, right? I mean, like scaling the hardware with the hypervisors on top of it. So I don't know. I mean, there's so many problems to solve, and sometimes I look at them and I'm like just overwhelmed. Like I have no idea what. I'm just a little speck of dust in the universe, I guess.
What you need to do is ground yourself by watching people repair old computer hardware from the 1980s, which is what I do.
I mean, that sounds fun.
It's fascinating to basically all the building blocks of modern computers are simplified if you go back far enough. So right. I watched somebody try to diagnose a broken Commodore 64, and I can actually kind of understand all the pieces that are involved there, because it's on a smaller scale. Basically it's easy mode.
Right. I know. Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. There's some levels of programming software architecture or hardware integration with software that you don't think about it, and then 5 years later you're like, oh yeah, this is actually I realize that I understand what it means fundamentally, but without ever having consciously thought about it.
Sorry, I gotta jump off for a little bit so I can help Danny with some stuff with Page. So
yeah, no worries,
I will
man.
still try to be back a little later tonight for doing some stuff.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
I'll catch you later.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
Yep. Bye.
I have a box. I need a box or something. Yeah, I should get out of Discord. Otherwise people think I'm crazy talking to myself. Okay. I get this. Where is that? Where's that blue one? Over here. Yeah, I will be right back. I'm just gonna grab a drink. Actually, I don't need that one there. Oh, I need one. Need that one. So we need this one going to this one. And then we don't need this one. And then I can actually do this one. Oh, it's still crossing. Don't cross the... All of the above. All of the above. Okay, guess not. Okay, so let's see. Food and healthcare, happiness. Honestly, there's no greater thing than happiness in terms of philosophically being alive. Oh. Why does it feel like there are probably a lot of... There's so much beauty in these hidden corners of the world, even if purpose. Perhaps they are beautiful because they have no purpose. Or perhaps being beautiful is their purpose. Like a dead end. Okay, well, let's just solve the puzzle. Multiply impossible ascension. Multiply. Seem valuable. Really small. I bet this is a secret. Not a secret, but this is what they want. Dang you, Crow team. More specifically, dang you, when is Talos Principle 2 coming out? Oh, a box. Use a box. Bet that would make my setup work. Wonder if these can't get up out. Well, I guess we just need the boxes then. Then we can do how's it gonna, how am I gonna get over there though? If I take this off, it's gonna die, then it won't go up. I can't stack 3 high. But I have to get up 1 more for it to keep going. An interesting issue. Gonna work either. Okay. With this. Boy. It was too early, I guess. I think I just need to take this. Shoot this laser and get another box. I don't know what box is. Now, should be easy. So I can put this one up here now. Do this. Oh shoot. We're supposed to. There. This one. And put this one. Oh, I was supposed to. Dang it. Actually supposed to point that there. Oh shoot, I took the this and this. What if there's a star around here? Gold star. There it is. Where the heck is the star? I think I know where it is. I know where it might be. There's some weird room. Many suspicious things. Dang, I kind of wish I had not. Alright, I'm just going to the next area. I should have looked for the star before I reset the level. Wow, this place is huge. Where's the meter that's beeping at me? Emily. Final update. 50 foot. Deal with him, but in the end, they're my family. Blah blah. Make peace with those you love. Days. Hottest thing. One's polite. Completely normal. Turn into Star Trek characters, and it's awesome. Hey. Oh my gosh, I never thought to actually go through that.
Money. Money. I'm rich. Money.
What the heck?
Money. Money.
You
I'm
know,
rich. Money. Money, money.
what the heck?
Woohoo. Ooh, money.
Orc Parker.
Rich.
What's the reference? I can't believe I never thought to go through that. Also, there's that one, like, in the other level, there's that one, like, thing to pull up, call it a manhole, but kind of cover. Ditch and defense. Oh, I don't have this thing. I need to go, actually need to go solve a puzzle so I can get this thing. Where is it? Puzzle. Oh, dang it. I keep ending up with a square. Another hold on. No, no. My brain thinks in squares. Funny man. Usually these aren't that hard to solve. can't solve this. I mean, of course anyone can solve it at some point. Trial and error, but usually just comes to me. God, there's so much noise. This is not gonna work. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I have to move it. Sideways-ish. That's upside down. So you needs to be taller, not as wide. Or actually, it could be that one of these fits this way. I think it needs to be. That can. Is. Can't believe that took that long. Living two.
You have come far in your journey and learned much. You have served our cause with the truest faith. Therefore, I name you blessed and beloved. Wield these, the instruments of our power, to fulfill your purpose and achieve eternal life.
That dude's crazy. Okay, so I got the thing that I needed. Rapunzel. Can I get the box or something? Something from somewhere? Hmm. Is there a box or something? Oh, there are two boxes over there. Which how do I get to? Okay. One will be interesting. Do I need army to ride over there on myself? With oh well, let's just try it. I don't know what. So jump on me. I will take you here. Maybe I shouldn't go here, but jump up. Good job. Go back. Oh, I need to take a box over there and jump on top of it. What I need to do, for sure. There's no way that can't not be true. We take this box. We put it here. And then we go here and we grab this thing. And then I jump on myself. I miss some time to jump on myself because I usually miss. And then I go over here and then jump on this thing. And then future me can jump on top of that thing with the box. But I need two boxes, don't I? No. Do I need two boxes? I can jump on one, but but there are two things, right? I need two boxes up here. One and then two. I have to put two down in order to get in, which means I need two boxes up here. Take self, jump on a box. I put the box. Dude, I can't even leave this one open. If I take this off, then I'll run through, put this box on. I put a box on top of this thing when I pick it up, in order to pick it up. Drop it. New. New. not. But I could take that box. If I leave it there, I can take it next time. Then I can jump on it. Maybe I can grab it. Okay, this is gonna be complicated. We'll see. See how this goes. So I have to take that one first. Put it down there, jump off of. Okay, so then we do this. We do I forgot now. That was not good. I have to take that one later. Jump up. Okay, I only get one anyway with this guy, so I need to myself jump on this. And then I have to run down and grab that thing. And it'll, oh yeah, it should be open because of the ghost. And then if I stand here, I'll be able to jump up. And then, but actually, yeah, and then jump up, and then I put the other box on top of me, and I get it also. Okay, this is gonna be strange. So I take this box because that one should keep that door open. And then I was confused for a while, so good luck. Good luck past me. And then we can do this. Oh, come. No. Okay, wait. Come back. Come back. Don't go anywhere. No. Dang it. Oh, shoot. What was I doing in the past? Okay. And then do I go jump up there? When did I figure this out? Okay, I did. And then we do this, and then we take this one. Yeah. Whoa, okay. That was difficult. I mean, not that difficult, but... But it definitely made me think. About secrets. See some secrets. Oh, there's one of those viewing things. How do I I don't know how to use those things. How come I can't use these? Insert the key, pull the handle, watch. How do I get this key? I think I'd die if I quote unquote die. Go out that way. Oh man, am I stuck? I'm literally stuck here. Oh, okay, cool. I can make it through that hole. Then we can go this way. Maybe? No! Hey, what's up, dude? Chips and queso, huh? Oh, man. Is that what you are eating? You showed up just in time for me to disappear, man. You go give kids showers and eat dinner and stuff. The esophagus. Well, I mean, oh yeah, okay. So anyway, I guess I will be back later, probably. You. But I gotta go deal with dinner with kids and stuff. So, thank you. I'll be back in a little while. And screw your chips and queso.